I'm going to create another array. But this time I'm going to define it straight away. So I'm not going to just call it a new array and then put some values in. I'm going to put some values in straight away. So what we do is say my other array equals, and then we open the square brackets and put our different values in double quotes. So rain, sunshine for this one. There we go. So my other array is rain and sunshine. So the first value, the 0 value, will be rain, and the 1 value will be sunshine. Let's just have a look in the log. Make sure that that's worked. My other array. And just to avoid confusion, I'll get rid of this line. So we've only got one console log. Okay. So now if we refresh the page, you can see it's displayed rain and sunshine there. Okay, I'm now going to show you a couple of other techniques to add and remove elements from arrays. The first one is push, which is a very simple command which allows you to add an element at the end of an array. So let's see how that works. So let's say we've got rain and sunshine in our array, we want to have snow there as well. So all we do is we say my other array push snow. So that push command will add snow onto the end of the array. So the array will now be rain, sunshine, snow. Let's just see that. There we go, rain, sunshine, and snow. And another useful technique is the splice technique, which is a little bit more complicated but a lot more powerful. Let's say you want to add an element. Oh, let's say for the moment you want to remove an element. So if we want to remove the element sunshine, for example, then what we would do, we'd say, well, the element sunshine is the second element in the array. So we say my other array splice, and we want to remove the second element, and we only want to remove one element. So we're going to say my array splice 2, 1. So the second element and then just the one element. So now my other array should just be rain and snow. Let's have a look. But what if we want to remove elements from the array? Well, let's see. We can do that as well. We use a function called splice for that. So my other array dot splice. Now remember that arrays generally start at 0. So the first item in an array is the 0th item, and then chocolate being the second item is my array 1, etc. So it starts at 0 and goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the 0 item here would be rain, the 1 item would be sunshine, and the other item would be the 2 item would be snow. So if we want to remove the sunshine item, then we would splice the item number 1, and we only want to remove one item. So we use my other array splice 1, 1. Let's have a little look at that. Okay, so now sunshine's gone. If we want to remove sunshine and snow, then we would change it to my other array splice 1, 2. So we'd start at the number 1 and we remove 2 items. So that should leave us with just rain. There we go. And finally, we can add other items in, not just at the end of the array like push does, but anywhere. And we can do that using the splice command. So let's say we want to add a element after sunshine, and we'll call it hail. So we don't want to remove any items this time, so we want to get the first item, that is sunshine, or item 1 at least. We don't want to remove any, but we want to add after that element hail. Let's refresh that. Fantastic. We can also use the splice command to add in elements in the middle of the array. The push command is great for adding elements at the end, but we might want to add an element in the middle of an array. So let's say we want to add an element after the rain item and before the sunshine item. So what we'll say is we want to add it just before sunshine, so we'll keep our number 1 because it's sunshine that we're referring to. We don't want to remove any items this time, but we do want to add one in, and we'll add hail. Okay, so this means add it just before the number 1 item, so just before sunshine. Don't remove any, so a 0 there, and then the item that we want to add is hail. Let's just see what that does. Great, so we've got our hail in there before the sunshine. If we wanted the hail after sunshine, then we'd just change that to a number 2. See how that works? So now we've got rain, sunshine, hail and snow. We can add more than one item in. Call it cloudy. And then we've got hail and cloudy both added there. So the splice command is quite powerful if you want to manipulate arrays. The last thing I'm going to show you is the length command, which can be useful. If you've created an array and you don't know how long that array is, how many elements it's got in it, then you can use the array.length command, and let's just see what that does. There we go. It's return the number 5 because there are 5 elements in that array: rain, sunshine, snow, hail and cloudy.